It's interesting what Eric said about this being perhaps a bit of a momentum. I spoke with one of your senators. I spoke with Senator Richard Blumenthal, who was a big advocate for gun control in this Congress. And I asked him if we're in the middle of an evolution here on guns when it comes to the public's reaction, and if the vote yesterday might actually be a pivotal moment in that. It comes up later in my interview, but here's just a little bit more of what my interview with Senator Blumenthal. Senator, you've worked closely with families from Newtown since the tragedy there. There were several in Washington yesterday. We have a Newtown father on our panel tonight. What have you said or would you say to Newtown parents after yesterday's vote?
The hardest part of yesterday's heartbreaking vote was how to explain it to the families of Newtown children and loved ones who perished in that horrific, unspeakable tragedy. And their resilience and resolve is absolutely inspiring. When I said to one of them, you know, we're not done, she said to me, we're not even close to done. They are absolutely determined to redouble their efforts, and they understand that we won 55 votes, but the arcane and arbitrary, unacceptable rules of the Senate required us to get 60, and we're going to make sure that we fulfill and keep faith with the memories and losses that they suffered.
When do you see that happening next, Senator? Do you intend to pursue this in this Congress, or is it pretty much DOA for the rest of this session?
This bill will come back this Congress, in my view, because we owe it to the families who have lost loved ones and the victims to keep faith with them, but even more so the 3,400 people who have perished since and the thousands of others who will die from gun violence if we don't strengthen laws that keep guns out of the hands of dangerous people like criminals and the seriously mentally ill, and stop illegal trafficking, strengthen school safety, ban high-capacity magazines and assault weapons, common sense measures that ought to be a matter of bipartisan compromise.
Polling before Newtown, Senator, indicated that there was far lower appetite for gun control or gun safety laws before the attacks. Do you think the nation and voters are still evolving when it comes to gun laws, and was yesterday's vote a part of that evolution, a necessary part?
There may well be a backlash to yesterday's vote that will continue the evolution toward common sense measures to stop gun violence, because the American people were changed by Newtown, by those images of 20 precious, beautiful children and 6th grade educators innocently lost in a massacre made possible by high-capacity magazines and an assault weapon that we're seeking to ban sales of. So there are lessons from Newtown. The American people are learning them, and their views are evolving toward support for common sense measures. That's why the overwhelming majority of Americans right now favor a national criminal background check system.
Senator Richard Blumenthal, Democrat of Connecticut. Thanks for a few minutes, Senator.
Thank you.
Before I let you go, Eric, I want to give you a chance to talk about some of the people that were down in Capitol Hill here, the parents who lost kids in your kids' school, and even the ones who didn't go down to Washington but are still part of the Newtown fabric. Talk about those families. Talk about the teachers that were lost. We've gotten an idea of their names and learned more about them, but for you, you knew these people.
I knew these people, and they all, you know, were special people. The children too, you don't think, and I really mean this, America, the next time you have a birthday party with your kids and these other kids, enjoy that moment, savor that moment, because you never know what's going to happen. You know, we have so many good memories of those children. My daughter still has a necklace that Daniel Barton, what a sweet little boy, just gave her one day, just, you know, as a token of friendship. It's really tough, you know, knowing that we'll never see them again.
Well, I know I speak for everybody here, Eric. Thank you for coming out here and talking about it. And if we have an indication from those folks there and from you, this isn't over just because of a stupid vote yesterday in Washington. Eric Milgram, thank you very much.
Thank you.
All right, everyone. we take a break. And when we come back, we will bring you to the other major story still developing at this hour. That's the latest on the Boston bombings. Breaking news coming late today. FBI releasing the photos of the two men that they consider suspects. We'll have more on that after this.